Moses absent, an immigration attorney for the last 30 years. And this section, we will discuss marriages to American citizen. Now, there are two ways that people apply for through a marriage with an American citizen. One is if the alien, the spouse, the future spouse, is in the United States. The other, if the spouse is out of the United States. When they're in the United States and they entered legally, we do what's called adjustment of status. The process is relatively quick. It takes about 6 months. And during the 6 months, the new immigrant gets a work permit, then they can get a Social Security card, get their driver's license, everything they need to live here in the United States. At the end of 6 months, there's an interview at which the immigration wants to make sure that the applicant has never committed a crime, hasn't defrauded the American government, hasn't been deported, and doesn't have any serious diseases like AIDS. Then, of course, they want to make sure that this is a real marriage, because it has to be a bona fide marriage, a real marriage, for them to approve it. It can't be a marriage just for convenience. That's, of course, illegal. And if it's discovered, it will ruin the life of the immigrant, because they'll have a mark on their record that'll permanently bar them from getting their green card, and there's no way to avoid that when it's there. Now, once they approve the marriage in this adjustment, the person would get their green card. Depending on how long they've been married, would determine whether they get a permanent green card or a conditional green card. A conditional green card is when a person has been married 2 years or less. Then they get a green card only valid for 2 years. At the end of 2 years, they have to file a set of forms, an application form, with proof that they've been living together to convert it from a conditional residency card to a permanent residency card. Now, the difference is if the person is out of the United States. This is called consular processing. And what we do is we first file the initial papers here with the Immigration Service, depending on where you are. It could be in Vermont or it could be in Texas. Once that's filed, it takes approximately 6 months to get the initial approval. Once it's approved, the papers go to the National Visa Center, and then it's processed to the U.S. Consulate. Once the U.S. Consulate gets it, they will schedule an appointment for your spouse to go there, and at that point, she brings in or he brings in all the documents necessary to get the case approved. It's not required that both spouses appear on that day, but I strongly recommend it. It's better the two of them together, showing that they really care about each other, and the interview will be done out of the country. Once approved, they will get a packet to bring into the United States and hand over to the Immigration Customs Office. At that point, they'll enter, and 3 weeks later, they will get their green card.